are in this chamber. And I thought that the people of Chinyama needed to hear that. I submit, First Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's indeed a very important communication. As Adavua Kaunda, as we speak now, he's always calling to say, I'm in a meeting in Nkatabe. Can I be given leave of absence? So colleagues, that's the communication. Can we also make sure we take all these leave of absence before we go to those functions that we are attending to, and we should not exceed the official days that have been communicated. Honourable Member for Dowa East, why are you rising?
Thank you so much, First Deputy Speaker, and I want, through you, to thank the Minister of Local Government, because you might recall that Dowa East called you just to say that today there was a scheduled council meeting which has indeed been postponed, as alluded to by the Minister of Local Government, though when we are coming back from there, we are told that it is tomorrow. But because of his assurance, it means that the council meeting is actually going to take place over the weekend. I wanted to bring to your attention that with the jittery on the issues to be discussed at the council meetings, members of parliament would like to hear what is being discussed, very, very critical, because it's a validation of the input for what is going to happen from 1st April this year. Just to say that Minister of Local Government, all members of, some members of Nkota District Council, members of Parliament, are also in Nkota trying to attend to the same. I just wanted to bring to attention. So I know you're a good man, and when you called for the local, Dowa East was on the way, traveling from Dowa coming to Parliament. And with your indigency, I wouldn't want to bring that matter again, but I want to ask you that you should not consider me as absent, because now I'm back and I'm addressing you. I thank you so much, First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much. Dowa East, and I think the saying that I'm a good man is a little bit subjective, but I'm looking at the essence of the roll call that was done this morning. If it's a justification coming from the Honourable Minister of Local Government, I think he should be able to help you to fill in the leave of absence form and surrender it to the whip on your side so that you are spared. I think that's the procedure. But I hear you, and I hear all other members that went to attend these important meetings, and they have been postponed to the weekend, that Parliament Secretariat will consider you so. Thank you very much. We'll continue with questions in the Minister of Education, and now we go to question number 79, Salima North. Salima North, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for granting the people of Salima North to ask the question. I indeed submit that this question is from Salima North, especially from the people of Senior Chief Kombeza and Sub-TA Chotaiga. I submit, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you. Minister of Education, Science and Technology.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for the opportunity given to my ministry to respond to the question from the Honourable Member for Salima North. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, the question from the Honourable Member is to ask the Ministry to consider opening Kote Community Day Secondary School, which was completed about 2 years ago, but has not been opened. Mr. Speaker, sir, honourable members, I would like to confirm that Kote Secondary School was indeed completed 2 years ago. It was built with funding from the United States government. This secondary school was built on a piece of land donated by the community. However, upon completion of the secondary school, an individual, a family, took out an injunction stopping the school from opening on account of the fact that the land belongs to the family. It is because of this injunction that the school has not opened. The matter is currently in court, and the hearing of the case will take place in the first week of March. And because it is a matter that is in court, I should say no more. We're hoping that the outcome of that court process will allow the school to be opened. Let me take this opportunity to implore honorable members to ensure that when land is allocated for the construction of public schools, that land should actually belong to the public. And I would recommend honorable members that it would be helpful when the land is identified for a title deed to be secured, because we do not wish money that you have invested in the construction of a school to suffer the fate that Kote Kote Secondary School is currently suffering. So, honorable members, let us ensure that there is a title deed for each public infrastructure we have in our communities. There are lands officers in every council in this country. Please use them for this purpose. I thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable, on of the question.
Yes.
Is that a supplementary question, or you want supplementary? You are the first one. The honorable member for Machinga South. The honorable member for
the Zalintipe constituency.
the Zalintipe constituency. In that order. Desa Kasina, why are you raising? Was that a supplementary?
Yes, you were.
You'll be considered. He still has few questions in that ministry. So I will consider you.
Mine was specific, but...
Okay. I hear you. Okay, in that order, honour members?
Thank you very much, Mr. Deputy Speaker, but also the Minister of Education for the very straightforward answer. Mr. Speaker, sir, this school, the rango they are talking about is less than 10 million. And prolonging the case over a multi-million project like this, I think it's a waste of time and resources. I would like to ask maybe they consult the Minister of Justice and the Minister of Education and freeze the things and let the school open. Because as we are speaking, kids from that area travel long distances to Chitala, some Kombedza, and even some Magyun. These are long distances, and there are a lot of rivers these kids are crossing to access education that can be accessed at a distance of less than 1 kilometer. I would like to suggest, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Honour member for Machinga.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Machinga South. Honourable Speaker, before I ask my supplementary question to Honourable Minister of Education, let me convey the message from the people of Machinga South, particularly people from Milala, Fakiri, and surrounding areas. The day I stood in this house asking the minister to consider constructing Peter Pasi Junior Primary School, he assured the people of Machinga South that he is going to do so, and he did it in the next week. As I'm talking today, the school is almost finished. So the people of Machinga South, I really appreciate that. However, people from Machinga South, particularly from Milala, would like to take guidance from the minister, since the school was constructed using another funds. So the fact that the policies has changed now, there will be no longer junior primary schools. We are focusing on full primary schools. I just want to take advice from him. Is he going to upgrade the school using the same funds, or we should consider it upgrading it using CDF funds? Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
The honourable member for Deza.
Thank you so much, Mr. Deputy Speaker, for allowing people of the Zalintipe constituency to ask a supplementary question. I would like to ask the Honourable Minister, our able Minister of Education, to formalize
Mzimba, please order. You are blocking the right honourable speaker. Please move back a few steps, back, and take a seat. Not there. You are still under order. Please, yes, you can choose a seat from where you are standing now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. I would like to ask you, our able Minister of Education, to consider formalizing Kalinyeke Secondary School into a secondary school. This one, it is a primary school, but the villagers have managed to build a secondary school. So I would like to ask him to consider it as a secondary school. I would also like to ask Honorable Minister to consider building a full secondary school in our constituency. In our constituency, we only have one secondary school, Ntulu Secondary School, but our constituency is too big, so it's not fair enough. So the youth of the Zalintipe constituency would like to ask the minister to consider maybe building one secondary school, maybe at Chule Primary School, so that the youth, they should not.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Honour members, let me guide as such. The window for constituency statements is open. Honour member, you can spend 10 minutes explaining about your constituents, and your people will follow all sectors of your constituents using a constituency statement, or indeed, you can be guided to raise a question on its own. But the Honourable Minister has a mandate to respond if he can, but I want to encourage you to present a constituency statement. Thank you very much. Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. Questions for the opportunity to respond to the three supplementary questions. First, the owner of the question being Honourable Member for Salima North, where he states that the amount being demanded is 2 million kwacha just to pay so that the kids can start learning. I would like to agree with the Honourable Member that the next secondary school in this area is 35 kilometers away. And indeed, it's very unfortunate that this school remains unopened. If the Honourable Member can find 2 million kwacha in the CDF, and if it doesn't matter whether the payment is justifiable or not, please help us and pay so that the kids can start learning at this school. I don't remember the facts of the case and I can't discuss them here. I can't even confirm that the claim is for 2 million kwacha. But like I said, the matter is in court and therefore I cannot say more about it. But if there's a solution that can be addressed, including giving the owners of the land a different kind of land instead of the school, why not? You are the leaders of the area and do your best to find a solution. Thank you very much. Machinga South, yes, indeed. The government of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika does what it promises and promises what it can do. And I'm happy that Minala Primary School has started and near completion. I would like to advise Honourable Member that because I know the location of this particular school, there is no harm in upgrading it to a full primary school. There will be no problem with the school being completed using CDF. And I encourage you, Honorable Member, to do the same. In any event, at the end of the day, all this money is coming from vote number 1. So in order to speed up this process, I would encourage you to use the CDF. Honorable Member for the Zalintipe, I have heard your request to convert Kalinyeke Primary School to a secondary school. Before I agree with this proposal, I would like to check with the people on the ground as to what will happen to the children that were going to Kalinyeke Primary School. But if we have made arrangements for them, I see no problem in acceding to the request that, Honorable Member, you have made. I would like also to assure Honorable Member that we will investigate the need for more secondary schools in his constituency, and when the need is established, we shall support you, Honorable Member, with more secondary schools in your constituency. I thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you. We now move to question number 80. The Honorable Member for Luntha City, Michiru Chirimba constituency. You have the floor, Honorable Member.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir. I stand to confirm that indeed question number 80 appearing on the today's order paper comes from the people of Luntha City, Ishiru Chirimba constituency. I submit.
Thank you. Honourable Minister of Education, Science and Technology.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir. And through you, allow me to thank the Honourable Member for Luntha City, Michiru Chirimba constituency for his question, which is to the effect that could the Minister of Education, Science and Technology consider constructing a full new secondary school in his constituency. He goes on to explain, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, that the constituency being new needs to have a new secondary school of its own. The other reason is that currently the only one CDSS called the Chirimba CDSS is failing to absorb a high number of pupils who have completed the standard 8 from Chirimba, Namatete, and Maera primary schools. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, let me assure the House that it is the policy of the government of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika to increase equitable access to secondary education for all eligible students. Our investigations, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, indicate that Chirimba CDSS, the current CDSS, has a total of 20 feeder primary schools, including Chirimba, Namatete, and Maera primary schools. Recently, the school has been upgraded to a 2-stream single-shift school, to a 2-stream double-shift school, starting with 2025 Form 1 selection. This has led to an increase in the number of Form 1 students that are selected to the school from 100 to 200. However, the school, that is Chirimba CDSS, is still failing to absorb the high number of learners from its feeder schools. For instance, the 2026 primary school living certificate education candidature, the students that are going to write examinations now, is 1,925. And therefore, the only CDSS that is in this area cannot absorb all of them. Besides, unlike the other highly populated townships like Ndirande, Bangwe, and Zingwangwa, this area does not have a conventional secondary school. Students from the area travel all the way to Ndirande to attend to a conventional secondary school. Therefore, I agree with the honorable member on the need for a secondary school in the area to accommodate eligible secondary school learners who are left out and to reduce the distance of the learners that are traveling all the way to Ndirande. As a matter of fact, honorable member, I would like to assure you, having made an assessment, we believe that your constituency deserves 2 more secondary schools, not just 1 secondary school. And the government of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika will ensure that not too far from today, you have these 2 secondary schools. My ministry will engage the Minister of Lands and the Malawi Housing Corporation on the possibility of finding land for this purpose. Let me also request the honorable member to initiate the project by lobbying for land from the local leaders and seeking financial support from Luntha City Council, taking advantage of the much spoken about 5 billion CDF. Let me also take this opportunity to thank the honorable member for Chilomoni for assuring the ministry that they already have land for the secondary school that the ministry promised the people of Chilomoni. It has been very unfortunate for children from Chilomoni to be traveling all the way to Zingwangwa to access secondary education. That was very unfortunate, and my ministry intends to address this problem immediately. I thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you very much. I recognize the honorable member for Blantyre, Malabada, who is a commissioner of this House. And I will then recognize the honorable member for Chikangawa, Nkombes, and I'll go the honorable member at the back.
Yeah. Mzimba West.
Mzimba West. In that order, please.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker. Blantyre Malabada has been reflected on. Then I would like to find out the rationale from the Honorable Minister of Education concerning the idea that when students are selected from Ndirande to government schools, I assume, but then they're coming from poor families and they're having to pay exorbitant amounts of money for fees, like 600, even up to 1 million kwacha. So I would like to understand the rationale of selecting these students into expensive secondary schools. And then they have to travel from Ndirande, maybe all the way to Mzuzu. Transport alone is very expensive. It's up to 100,000 kwacha. The families cannot afford. The ministry, what are they doing to resolve this issue and solve this problem? Thank you very much.
Thank you. The honorable member for Chikangawa.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, for recognizing people of Chikangawa and TN Gabu. I just want to seek the ministry's direction on the construction of Terere Secondary School, which was being constructed under USAID funds. The construction has been suspended, so I want to know whether we can use the CDF to continue constructing that secondary school, and also to ask the ministry to provide us with a BOQ of the site so that we are aware how much is involved and we can plan accordingly. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mzimba West.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker. First, let me thank the able minister for the response, which gives a lot of hope, even for people of Mzimba West who are not even in Luntha, where the original question is coming from. I see a government which will even consider upgrading Perembe CDSS into a full secondary school. I believe this one will do it. Honorable First Deputy Speaker, I would like to ask the minister to consider genuinely, and I underline genuinely, opening Kalanga Community Secondary School built with USAID funds so that it could be accessed by pupils that are graduating from about 12 primary schools that are supposed to be feeding the school. I'm saying genuinely, First Deputy Speaker, because it was once opened for what I will call political reasons. Pupils were selected to go there, only to be closed after 2 weeks or so, and these pupils had then nowhere to go. And they're back to their homes waiting for the next opening day. I am asking this government because I know it is a genuine government and it can genuinely open the school. Thank you, First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Honourable Minister, with those 3 questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, for the opportunity to respond to the 3 supplementary questions. First, from Commissioner Member of Parliament from Malabada, whose question has to do with mostly costs to education. I would like to assure the honourable member that the policy of this government of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika is to eliminate the barriers to education so that our children actually are able to be educated as the government wants, as their parents want. One of the key challenges indeed was distance. The desire to send children to what we call national secondary schools is a noble one. But an example that you have given of selecting someone from Ndilande to Mzuzu Government Secondary School obviously places a lot of strain on the parents to travel, for the child to travel all the way, unless in the indication of district of origin, the child indicated that he comes from Nkata Bay or Mzuzu, Mzimba, or some close place. But it is very unfortunate if someone coming from Ndilande, whose district of origin is Blantyre, does not get selected to Blantyre Secondary School, which is another national secondary school. We have decided to ensure that this is rationalized. Children selected to national secondary schools go to the nearest national secondary school where that is feasible. And in the most extreme of cases, would a child go to a different region, but preferably to go to a national secondary school in the same region to obviate the same challenge of travel expenses. So thank you, Honourable Member, for bringing the question to my attention. It will be addressed. Terere community-day secondary school built by USAID, but abandoned. Honorable members, it's not in my nature to keep on rubbing the salt in the wound, but as we all know, that the US government, having committed to give us 250 secondary schools, we were only able to build 50 secondary schools. Also, because of the challenges, inefficiencies, and problems associated with how the previous government was running the affairs of state. That is why all the 250 secondary schools were never built. I would like to encourage the honorable member. I would like to encourage the honorable member to use the CDF to complete this. Thank you very much. The truth of the matter is that all the schools were not built under the watch of the MCP government. So it is quite legitimate, honorable member, for you to complete this school using the Constituency Development Fund. Let me also advise the honorable member.
Honourable Minister, we have a point of order on the floor. So let's please resume your seat. We can attend to the point of order.
Okay.
Honourable member for Kasungu
Northeast. Kasungu Northeast FDS.
You have the floor, madam.
Many thanks, First Deputy Speaker, for granting the people of Kasungu Northeast to attend to an issue on a point of order. First Deputy Speaker, is it in order that the Minister of Education, who knows very well of the reason why we could not build 250 secondary schools, which were donated by the US government, First Deputy Speaker, the Honorable Minister actually has a report clear in his office, and I know he understands English very well. And he can go back to that report and make reference to find the reason why we could not come up with 250 secondary schools. First Deputy Speaker, the USAID actually provided a donation to the Republic of Malawi without actually indicating in that donation the amount of money, the amount of schools that were going to be built. There were so many other factors that affected. When they have a report, that they must continue to
your point has been heard.
Thank you very much.
Your point has been heard.
Thank you very much.
The point of order was raised to me for me to make a ruling. Honour members, a point of order is 1 minute. Can we always stick to that rule, or we can rise in this house to request the Honourable Minister for a statement which would allow you to intervene more than a point of order. Two, can I rule that when you are addressing any point in the House, let's desist from attacks, personal reflections. You cannot be reflecting on a minister that if he understands English, the Honourable Minister and all Honourable Ministers here, I passed through a test of English, and I hope they do understand English. So on that sentiment of understanding English, I rule you out of order, Honourable Member. Honourable Members, Honourable members, let's allow the Honourable Minister to continue responding to the questions. Honourable Minister, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. The honourable member is very well aware of my proficiency in English, which is certainly better than hers. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I now move to responding.
Honourable members, let's allow the Honourable Minister to finish. And then, no, let's allow the Honourable Minister to finish. Let's resume our seats, Honourable members. Let's resume our seats. And when he's done, I'll recognize the point of orders you are raising for.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, for the opportunity to respond to the supplementary question from the honourable member for Mzimba West, who requests my ministry to open Kalanga Secondary School, which, according to his own statement, was opened for 2 weeks and then closed. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir.
Order, Honourable members, order. Order to my right.
To assure,
order to my left.
I would like to
Order
assure the honourable member from Mzimba West that the government of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika does not engage in dramatics. This school will be opened for real, and the students of his constituency will go to school as they expected. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you. Leader, then I'll recognize the whip, MCP. Leader.
First Deputy Speaker, as area moved, it's now time for us to go to question and understanding order 14 to be responded to by the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. I submit.
Whip MCP for a point of order.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker, for giving us the opportunity to rise on the point of order. First Deputy Speaker, you had ruled Honourable Member for Kasungu Northeast to be out of order for what she said as in reflection to what the Honourable Minister was saying in terms of English proficiency and all that. You had ruled, and we appreciate that ruling, Honourable Speaker, but then the Honourable Minister himself, in responding to the point of order, did reflect on the Honourable Member that his English is better than hers. First Deputy Speaker, is that in order? Is that in order? A reflection on an honourable member that his English is better than hers. Is that in order?
Thank you very much. Order, members. Order, order. Honour members, I would like to assume that all honour members in the House are very literate enough to understand and communicate in the Queen's language. Every counter-arguments will not lead us anywhere. And I would like to rule that reflecting on any member of this House, as including, I would like to rule all reflections to be specific. The reflections from the Honorable Member for Kasungu to the Honorable Minister of Education, and from the Honorable Minister of Education to the Honorable Member of Kasungu are not appreciated, and I rule them out of order. Honourable members, as directed or guided by the leader, we have a question on Standing Order 14. Leader. I know, leader, or deputy leader, deputy leader, do you know who is the honorable member asking that question? Because we are not seeing it in here. We want to record the honorable member who is asking. Is it the honorable member for Mangochi?
Mwanza Central, Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you very much, Deputy Leader, for responding to that. I'll now recognize. Why are you raising, honorable member? We have taken enough point of orders. Well, let's proceed to that question. Let's proceed to that question, then I'll recognize you for point of order. Let's take that question from Mwanza Central. Mwanza Central, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. Indeed, I rise on a matter of urgent public importance under Standing Order 14.
Honorable Minister of Justice, you have the floor.
Can I proceed?
Yeah, please, honorable member, proceed with the question.
Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, there is a matter that is very important to the nation. This issue was brought in this House in our first meeting. It is to do with the tragic accident that happened at Chikangawa. The matter was referred to the Minister of Justice, and I wanted to find out the progress, where we are now, because Malawians out there are waiting. UTM as a party is waiting. I believe there are a lot of people interested to know where we are and how do we move from here. So that is the question that I have this this afternoon, to the Honorable Minister of Justice. Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honourable members and leader, just to let you know that this question, it will be tackled today because of the importance of this question, but this question is appearing on notices. It's not yet activated to the order paper of today. It is still on the order paper, but if you can check, it is appearing on the notices for upcoming business. So we will not labor you to move a motion for a new order paper or supplementary order paper because of this question, but just to report to say, next time we want such a question to be taken, can we make sure we include it on the active order paper so all members can follow? But for the importance of this question, I'll take my discretion to allow this question to be taken. Thank you. Why are you raising, honourable member? We want the Minister of Justice to respond.
Yes, Chair. Thank you that you have tackled already. I think because I had said it. It's, apart from that, it's coming on upcoming business. The standing order, which is now being asked, is 14. On the order paper, it's saying standing order 69. So I thought that a normal also has to be corrected. It's under 69, and tobacco business. And the question is asked under 14 now. On the order paper is under 69. So I thought that can also be corrected. But we all agree we need this to be tackled today, but we just wanted to correct it. That's why I was standing.
Thank you very much for that. And you are so correct in your submissions. I think the honourable member, your question is under Standing Order 69, and it will continue from this. I will advise the table to make those corrections, and that it continues to appear under Standing Order 69 for record of this House. Thank you. Honourable member, why are you raising?
Yeah, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I just wanted to clarify that I had submitted a similar question under Standing Order 14 on Thursday, the 18th of February. So maybe the question that's being referred to is my question, but it's the same, it's under the same subject. I submitted. Mutsutsajan. I submitted it.
Thank you very much. It looks like the honourable member for Lilongwe Mpenu submitted a similar question on Standing Order 14, and the honourable member for Mwanza Central submitted under Standing Order 69. The two questions are similar, and can I request, if it pleases you, Honourable Minister, to respond to both concerns right now. Honourable Minister, you have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Can I be heard now? Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir. First of all, allow me to thank the honourable member for Mwanza Central, and now that I've been informed that the member for, is it Lilongwe Mpenu, asked a similar question, let me thank Honourable First Deputy Speaker, sir, the two honourable members for their question. The question that I had on notice was from the member for Mwanza Central, and indeed it is a question on a matter of significant national interest. The honourable members asked my ministry to present a progress report, or indeed the status of what was termed as the Chikangawa plane crash that was referred to my ministry by His Excellency, the State President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, allow me, because of the importance of the question that I'm going to answer, to give a very brief background to this matter. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, on 10th June 2024, a domestic flight of a military aircraft called the Donia 228/202 with a call sign AF88M, called Malawi 2 because it was carrying the first Vice President, departed Kamuzu International Airport in Lilongwe, Malawi, to Mzuzu Airport in the north. On board the aircraft, First Deputy Speaker, sir, were 6 passengers, including the Right Honorable Dr. Saulos Klaus Chilima, Vice President of the Republic of Malawi, and 3 crew members. The aircraft, unfortunately, did not reach Mzuzu Airport as it crashed at Ntungwa Hill in the Chikangawa Forest in Katabe District, killing all passengers and crew on board. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the deceased passengers on board that aircraft were the late Dr. Saulos Klaus Chilima, Vice President of the Republic of Malawi, the late Her Excellency Madam Patricia Shaniru Zimbiri Muluzi, former First Lady and the advisor in the Office of the Vice President, late Mr. Abdul Kingston Lapukeni, the Deputy Chief of Protocol in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Assistant Commissioner of Police, late Lucas Kapeni, the Vice President's Guard Commander, the late Inspector Chisomo Chimameni, the late Vice President's Aide de Camp, and the late Mr. Daniel Friday Kanyemba, the late Vice President's Medical Officer. Mr. Speaker, sir, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the deceased crew members, for record purposes, comprise the following: the late Colonel Owen Louis Sambalopa, pilot in command of that aircraft, the late Major Flores Rex Seremani, co-pilot and first officer, and the late Major Wallace Jordan Aidin, the flight engineer. The crew members were all service members of the Malawi Air Force, one of the 4 specialized services of the Malawi Defense Force, the MDF. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, after 10th June 2024, it took 4 months after that tragic aircraft accident for the former president of Malawi, Dr. Lazarus Makafe Chakwera, to exercise his powers under Section 2.1 of the Commission of Inquiry Act to appoint a commission of inquiry, which he did on 25th October 2025 to inquire into this air crash accident. The former president, in appointing that commission of inquiry, gave the commission of inquiry up to 30th November 2024 to conclude the inquiry and submit its report to the president. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, prior to appointing the commission of inquiry, this August House should know that the Malawi government had also requested the Federal Republic of Germany to assist in the investigation into this aircraft accident, and the Federal Republic of Germany sent the BFU to investigate the aircraft accident. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the Commission of Inquiry submitted its report on 14th December 2024. Again, the BFU submitted 2 reports, an interim report and a final investigation report. I'm saying these things for the reason that I'm going to give you later on. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, on 16 September 2025, Malawi conducted tripartite elections in which His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika and the Democratic Progressive Party won the election with a resounding win. On or about 4th October 2025, His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, President of the Republic of Malawi, made his first national address and informed the nation that once he appoints the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, that minister should review the reports of the investigations into the tragic aircraft accident which happened on 10th June 2024 and make recommendations to His Excellency the President. Fortunately, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, that Minister of Justice is myself. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I am pleased to report to this August House that I duly, as your Minister of Justice, reviewed all the reports of the investigations into the aircraft accident which happened on 10th June 2024 at Ntungwa in Chikangawa in Nkata Bay District. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, my review of the reports revealed several gaps in the investigations and findings about this particular accident. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I wish to inform the August House that the interim report by the BFU was published before conclusion of the investigations by the BFU. As such, that interim report was not conclusive on the cause of that accident. In particular, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the interim investigation report by the BFU was not conclusive on the cause of the aircraft accident on 10th June 2024. More particularly, the interim report by the BFU did not attribute the air crash accident to bad weather, because at the time of publication of that interim report, the BFU had not received the expert opinion from the German Meteorological Services, which the BFU had asked to compile the meteorological expert report opinion concerning the weather conditions along the flight path, and in particular, in the area of the accident site. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, my review also revealed that the terms of reference of the Commission of Inquiry were unduly narrow, particularly with respect to the scope of the inquiry and also to the limited time frame which His Excellency the former President gave to the Commission of Inquiry to release their findings. Furthermore, the integrity of the Commission of Inquiry was negatively impacted by resignations of 2 commissioners during the course of the investigations. In particular, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, one of the commissioners resigned after serving the commission for more than 3 weeks, up to 21st November 2024. The commission did not give details of the circumstances of these 2 resignations. These resignations are significant and, in my opinion, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, affected the integrity and impartiality of the inquiry. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the Commission of Inquiry also reported that some witnesses who had been summoned declined to testify before the Commission. The Commission reported that 3 witnesses who had been summoned did not appear before the Commission of Inquiry, namely, one spouse of one of the deceased members of the crew, Pastor Abraham Kandawire, and one Dr. Charles Zamarara, an observer pathologist to one of the autopsies, who was also invited to testify to the Commission, but he declined. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the Commission also reported very poor response from the general public on the call for information that the Commission widely publicized in all media channels. The Commission reported that less than 5 people showed interest to testify, and only 2 were heard by the Commission, as the rest of the people who showed interest to testify grew, and I'm quoting from the report, grew cold feet and never responded, end of quote, to the Commission's follow-ups on their proposed testimonies. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the above factors, in my opinion, clearly show that the Commission of Inquiry operated in an environment in which witnesses were constrained for fear of possible political reprisals. This greatly affected the integrity of the results of the Commission of Inquiry. On the other hand, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, in several aspects, the final investigation report by the BFU relied heavily on the evidence and conclusions drawn from the Commission of Inquiry, whose integrity I found to be wanting. More particularly, the BFU attributed the cause of the accident to weather conditions on the strength of the evidence and findings in the Commission of Inquiry report. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, in view of the totality of these factors and other factors, I had the view that investigations into the accident failed to provide conclusions and final closure to the aircraft accident which happened on 10th June 2024. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, it is for these reasons that I, as Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, recommended to His Excellency the State President that it was necessary to carry out a fresh inquiry or investigation into the accident of 10th June 2024. At this juncture, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, let me put it on record that a document which was circulating from yesterday on social media purporting to come from my office is a fake document. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I wish to report that this August House has pleased to direct that indeed a fresh inquiry and investigation should be carried out into the accident that took place on 10th June 2024. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I have the honor to report and inform this August House that Section 56, subsection 6 of the Constitution of the Republic of Malawi vests the power in this Parliament to establish any committee of its members for the performance of the functions of this Parliament. Furthermore, Section 60, subsection 3 of the Constitution gives the Parliament the power to conduct investigation on any matter. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, this August House is, in my opinion, and according to His Excellency the President, is the constitutional organ of this state that represents all Malawians across the political divide. It is for this reason, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, that His Excellency the President, His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, has now directed that the fresh inquiry and investigation into the Chikangawa plane crash on 10th June 2024 be conducted by a committee to be established by this House. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, as your Minister of Justice and the experience that I've had in reviewing the reports, my only advice that I can give to this August House, that once the committee of this House has been constituted, that committee should be supported by a technical expertise in air crash investigations. I thank you very much, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Honourable members, let's resume our seats. Honourable Minister, thank you very much for responding to the call from Malawians, and indeed the call for two honourable members of this House who requested the question on the update that you have provided. We did not follow our standing orders on how much time allocated to you because of the sensitivity of the issue you were responding to and the importance of the same issue to the public. As of now, honourable members, I will take 3 supplementary questions. So I would like us to remove impasse and technicalities. If it's a block, agree on the question. So that if I point one person this side, one person this side, one person the other side, it should represent the wishes of a block. I don't want someone to say, you pick me, you pick this one, you pick this one, because it's only 3 supplementary questions. The owner of the question, that side.
Thank you very much. Mr.
Yeah, let's take that question first, and then I'll come to you. I'll come to you, Whip. I'll come to you, Whip. Whip, I'll come to you. I'll come to you. Yeah, the owner of the question, please.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable First Deputy Speaker. I want to thank the Honourable Minister for the response and also the guidance that he provided to the President. As UTM, and I believe many Malawians, we have been vindicated. All along when we said we are not convinced with the inquiries, I think many people thought it was politics. But I think now, coming from an expert of law, we have been vindicated. My question, I'm very surprised, Honourable First Deputy Speaker, that my colleague there submitted a question similar to mine, but is the one disputing what the Honourable Minister has been saying. So I don't know what was his intention asking a question to the Minister. He's always mumbling and mumbling. This issue is a serious issue, Honourable Minister. Honourable Member, this is a serious issue, and it requires proper attention.
Members, order. Address the chair, Honourable Mwanza.
Thank you very much.
Honourable members, order. Honourable Lilongwe Mpenu, please. Honourable member for Mwanza Central, avoid reflecting on a fellow honourable member. When you rise, you address the chair.
Thank you very much.
Honourable member, address the chair, honourable member.
Apologies, Right Honourable First Deputy Speaker. You know, this issue is very emotional. Some of us, this issue gets into our nerves. So I apologize for that. My question, Right Honourable First Deputy Speaker, is how are we going to, how is Parliament going to include experts in this issue? That's number one. Number two, there are criminal elements already that can be seen. How can the Honourable Minister, or rather other ministries, come in as the inquiry is taking place? Because we have experts that can also do criminal investigation in this matter. How do we proceed with that arrangement as Parliament is moving on with the inquiry? I'm asking about experts because I know here in Parliament we may lack some expertise. How are we going to proceed in that manner? Thank you very much.
Leader, please. We have the leader here. Then we'll continue after the leader.
First Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that that time be extended to allow those that have got questions to ask, and then the Minister to respond to those questions. I beg to move.
Leader, honour members, we have a question on the floor. The motion is to allow time extension for the supplementary questions to be tackled and responded to by the Honourable Minister of Justice. Those of that opinion say aye. Aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. The honourable member for the Zakasina, Whip, you are rising on a point of order? Is that a question or a point of order? A question. I will do it this way. Whip gets precedence. So Whip as a leader, you come first, and then the owner of the question will be given the opportunity, and then you.
Thank you very much. First Deputy Speaker. First Deputy Speaker, thank you very much for giving the people of the Zamrunduni this opportunity to say a word. First, I appreciate the guidance that you gave that we'll stand and respond in blocks. I thought I should raise a reservation, not reflecting on your ruling or the guidance, Honorable Speaker, but this matter being a very important matter, generating a lot of interest from the members, and having come on the floor without prior notice that this matter be brought on the floor, it would be extremely difficult for one speaker to represent a block. I thought I should first submit that. But listening to the Honorable Minister of Justice, first I want to appreciate Honorable Minister for taking your time to give a response to this House. And let me also appreciate Honorable Mwanza Central. The Mwanza Central Honorable has not carried his own prayer or the prayer of UTM alone. He, along with the other owner of the same question, are carrying a prayer for the entire nation. This is something that the country would want to see a closure on. The families would want to see a closure if possible. All those that lost their beloved ones and the nation at large would want to see this matter giving the responses that really would soothe our hearts and say, this is a true reflection of what happened to cause that accident. And listening to the Honourable Minister further, he indicates that this House will constitute a committee that should do the other investigation. It's a recommendation. Well, thank you for that. But I wanted to suggest, Honourable Minister, if possible, this House being a political House, and we will agree that this matter, in one way or another, has been politicized, whether directly or indirectly. And there is that possibility that leaving this kind of a crucial issue to Parliament and only bringing technocrats and other experts from outside as visitors into the committee may not really bring out the desired justice that Malawians would want to see. Our recommendation, or my recommendation, would be that the presidency should come up with a committee, a national committee that's going to comprise experts, and should there be a need for a joint committee with Parliament, let that be. But First Deputy Speaker, to leave this to Parliament, a house of parliamentarians, of politicians only, it may not bring out the result that Malawians want. Lastly, I would want to request that from the budget that is coming this week, the Honourable Minister of Finance must make sure that sufficient resources are allocated towards this inquiry. So the Honourable Minister of Finance has to make sure that there are sufficient resources. There must be sufficient resources in the budget for the carrying out of this investigation. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Mpenu, Ulilongo Mpenu.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir. I would like to say, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, that the 10th of June, 2024, goes down in history as the most somber and solemn day in the history of this nation. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, our colleagues on the other side, the DPP, when campaigning, they told this nation that as soon as they got into office, they would put together a fresh inquiry into this tragedy. And we were all made pregnant with expectation that a fresh investigation into this tragedy would be conducted. Now, whilst we respect the advice that the Minister of Justice has given to the head of state, and whilst we respect the constitutional provisions that give mandate to this House to put together a committee that would carry out an investigation into any matter of national interest. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, as the whip this side indicated, allowing this House to investigate this matter would be to reduce the weight of this matter. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, when I submitted this question, understanding Order 14, my expectation and the expectation of this side was that the executive would put together a and not leaving that to us, politicians, to carry out an investigation into this tragedy. It will be very unfair. We are not being fair to this nation. We are not being fair to the families affected. We are not being fair to anybody if we try to belittle this by saying that this matter should be investigated by a committee of Parliament. Mr. First Deputy Speaker, that is not fair to this nation, and it is not fair to the families affected. May I request, therefore, that the executive put together a team of experts that will carry out fresh investigation into this tragedy. I so submit, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir.
There is a point of order from Honourable Minister of Local Government. On a point of order, Minister of Local Government, and then Deputy Whip. Thank you.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker. Is it that the committees of this House be subjected to some sort of undermining? In a way, we represent everyone else in the country. Somewhere else in South Africa, somewhere else in the US, there have been inquiries that have been public and they have been done in Parliament because it is a House of Representatives. I therefore wonder whether it is in order that we can publicly undermine the committees of this House. I think that it is right and proper that we present our facts without necessarily, because we are not all accountants here, but we are able to inquire through the Public Accounts Committee. We are not all experts in accounts, but we are able to to inquire into issues of accounting through Public Accounts Committee. We are not all lawyers. We are able to inquire into legal matters through the Legal Affairs Committee. That publicly we can undermine the committees of this House. I submit.
Thank you very much. For the honour members' point of orders are raised to the chair, so you cannot be rising to respond. I want to respond this way. The committees of this House have a very huge responsibility. This is the only institution in this republic that represents Malawians, and at no point I would allow the committees to be undermined or looked at them as committees that cannot perform. So I would like to agree with you, Honourable Member, for Cholo Central, that the committees of this House have the constitutional mandate to run the affairs of any type of investigation. So for now, I'll put it that way. I'm not ruling on the request by the minister yet, because we need to consult too. But for now, there's a point of order from there and then a point of order from you. I'll take those 2 points of orders and then you and then close.
Thank you so much, the Right Honourable First Deputy Speaker. In your half ruling, the Right Honourable is correct. And I'm sure I'm speaking on behalf of the nation is also proud to hear that the investigation is going to be taken, the committee is going to be from this Parliament. Let me say this. The First Deputy Speaker, APM is so bright and intelligent. And for him to ask the Minister of Justice to say Parliament should do that, he's aware that the one who said the black box is around is here. In here.
Honourable member for Mulanje West. Honourable member.
Yes.
Whip, please resume your seat. Honourable member, I would like to Honourable member, point of order.
No, let me finish.
Honourable member.
I have the right to finish. And I didn't mention the name. I have the right to speak. I didn't mention the name of a person. So I have the right to speak and haven't finished. The first deputy speaker, I haven't finished.
I will give you the floor. I will give you the floor.
No,
you will continue and finish. Let me guide you this way.
Thank you.
This issue, being such an important issue, I would like to ask the whole House to soberly bring our suggestions, because the job to investigate hasn't yet started. It will start, and we don't want... Can we allow you to finish, and then we'll go to the Zakasina, please?
The first deputy speaker, in fact, when the Minister of Justice took the floor, he said a number of several gaps. But the gaps of whether these commission of inquiries they forgot to indicate, maybe these are some of the gaps that the forest was saying it was so thick, and when we went there, it wasn't thick and it was just closer to the road. But also there were some issues that, some issues of saying, in the commission of inquiry, we thought the Minister of Justice is going to talk about the report which was supposed to be coming to us in every 4 hours, but we didn't even hear from there. Those are some of the gaps whereby the Committee of Parliament is supposed to look into all these. The first deputy speaker, I'm so wondering because I'm getting a lot of smell from the other side because they did ask the very same question, but they're making a lot of noise as if you did ask the question, you better remain quiet. No, we are fed of your smell coming from you.
Honourable member, address the chair. Address the chair, please. I'm
addressing you, the Right Honourable Speaker. This is my 50th time to come here in Parliament. I know the procedures. I'm addressing you, the first deputy speaker, but I'm just wondering to people who wanted to blackmail, that they're asking the very same question. In the actual sense, they're just making a lot of noise which is not going to help us. Investigation is investigation. The Minister of Justice has told us that the committee is going to come out from here and is going to be supported by a number of experts. Those who didn't appear in the Commission of Inquiry, they're going to be part of them. Those who did the postmortem, they're going to be part of those. Those who made sure, who went to see why the aircraft was alone and the people were in different directions, they're going to be there. Those who were hiding in the forest and taking pictures, and the one who was at the tower, TNM, is going to come and tell us where this watchman, the watchman went, the one who was on the tower, the missing person, where is it? They are going to be here. So there's no problem. We salute you, the first deputy speaker, for allowing us to debate on this question and allowing the Minister of Justice to come up and say, we are looking forward to see all these people who might not even go and appear to those people who are going to be summoned. If the committee is not going to come from this parliament, they are going to be afraid. These commissioners of inquiry who resigned, there are a number of reasons which is going to give us that why didn't he go and why did he resign? And these who didn't even go to commission of inquiry, they're going to come and tell us why didn't they appear? They didn't appear when they were called. So this is the right for committee which is going to ask them. Please stop making noise. If you did ask this question, the parliament is going to ask. The parliament is going to call and going to make and is going to form this committee. So nobody, if indeed this one, the one whom we lost, the number of people whom we lost, they're also from your heart that you felt the same. There's nobody who's going to make noise than the noises which is going to come from this side. Because these people, they were governing, if they were serious enough, they were supposed to look into those issues. If they didn't know, they didn't even do that. They were just lying and cheating at us. Stop, remain quiet and stop making noise here. We are not small here. We are big enough that we can make this decision. Thanks so much, the first deputy speaker.
Hold on, members. Let's resume our seats. Honourable members,
What do you mean?
We have a final point of order. A final point of order, and I'll close on this after the minister has responded just the two questions that have been raised. And so that's the point of order. You have the floor, Desagasin.
Thank you so much, the First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing people of... Mr. Speaker, can I be protected?
Order, Mulanje West, order. Order, Mulanje West.
Mr. First Deputy Speaker.
Ndege hizo za bwanji ndege.
You can do better, Minister of Information. Wait for the inquiry. Wait for the inquiry.
Order member, address the chair.
Sorry? All right.
You can do better.
Mr. Federal Speaker, there's a lot of background.
Order, members.
I need your protection.
Raise your point of order, member. Would like to close on this subject.
All right, Mr. Federal Speaker, mine is not a point of order. It was just only one or two submissions to make to the Minister of Justice. I was listening attentively to his submission, and first let me thank him for bringing up this response, which is of a matter of national importance. If I was listening quite well to his submission, he has mentioned of interim report of German BFU. I haven't heard from him his submission on the final. If the country, as a government, you had a final report from BFU. If there's a final report from BFU, and what is his pronouncement on that final report? And also, if I go looking at how this issue has generated interest in the House, even across the country, because as we all agree, this issue needs a closure. Now, as to the section which he had directed that, in our Constitution, Section 89, subsection G, gives the power to the President to appoint a commission of inquiry. The Constitution of Malawi, Section 89, subsection G. It gives the power to the President to appoint inquiry. Now that the President has used his powers to forfeit those powers and give the mandate to the Parliament to do the inquiry, the same section talks of the President to put that decision in writing and using a seal. I hope that is going to make it. But I'll take it to Section 61 of our Constitution, which he has referred to Section 60 about the subsection 3, where the National Assembly has that power, where we're going to do the inquiry. But the same section, if you go in Section 61, it talks about the interest, where members need to declare their interest on any matter under debate. Now, this issue, everyone here agrees that we are all interested in this issue, to get the truth out of this. Now, if you want to get the truth out of this, it means everyone, including you, Chair, you are interested in this matter. And the position says we should declare our interest. Section 61. Section 61. Now, I want to find out, when you are doing the composition out of it, the composition of this inquiry. We are saying we are going to take a technical advice. Are we getting the technical advice from this technical team, or they'll be part of the inquiry? The technical aspects which we are bringing in, are they going to be part of the inquiry on this public inquiry, or they'll be just offering the technical expertise?
Thank you. I will ask the Honourable Minister. Honourable Member for Zomba, for your question. Please, let's go to the question.
Thank you so much, First Deputy Speaker, for allowing the people of Zomba City North to put a submission. First Deputy Speaker, allow me firstly to applaud, to thank His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, the State President of this Republic.
Leaders, avoid avoid reflecting on each other.
First Deputy Speaker,
please.
As I continue.
Honourable Minister of Information, Honourable Whip, MCP, Honourable Deputy Leader, Government. Let's hear the Honourable Member for Zomba, City North in silence, please.
First Deputy Speaker, sir, I will retake by commending the State President of this Republic, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, for allowing that a commission of inquiry be done afresh. And also, First Deputy Speaker, for choosing the able Minister of Justice to spearhead this very same topic that we are discussing on the floor. First Deputy Speaker, sir, this side of the aisle, the other side of the aisle, in particular MCP members, should be the last people to submit or to advise this side of government on how it should conduct the fresh inquiry. First Deputy Speaker, they had all the ample time to do the needful, but they failed. When they were in government, they had all the machinery. They should be the very last people to comment on this issue. First Deputy Speaker, as you are giving the floor to the able minister to answer the questions, I submit that we listen to him silently as he provides solutions to what Malawians are looking for. First Deputy Speaker, I submit. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable members, I'll now request the Honourable Minister of Justice, to take the floor in responding to the 3 or 4 issues that have been raised, and then we will adjourn for a lunch break. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Honourable First Deputy Speaker, sir. In terms of the supplementary questions, I think I've just captured the 3. The rest were comments and the interjections by way of point of orders. First of all, let me go to the originator of the question. Mwanza Central asked 2 questions in supplementary to the question: how are we going to introduce experts into this issue? I think that was the central thesis of your question. The second one was there are criminal elements. That's what you believe. How will we allow the Minister of Justice, or indeed other agencies, to deal with those issues while the Parliament is undertaking its inquiries? I think those are the 2 issues. Let me thank the Member of Parliament for Mwanza Central for those 2 supplementary questions. In terms of the expertise, I was recommending that in investigating this matter, the experience that I've had in looking at the various reports and documents, for me as minister to come up with the findings and recommendation to His Excellency the President, I came across issues which I could not deal with myself. As a lawyer, I needed the expertise. It is with that cognizance, taking cognizance of that matter, that I was recommending that when Parliament institutes or constitutes an ad hoc committee to do the inquiry, as His Excellency has directed, it must be supported. It must be supported by experts, especially on aircraft investigations. And these experts must include international experts. And that's my recommendation. Without expertise, the committee, any inquiry will be on face value, will have no value, because it will just be asking questions. As regards the issue of criminality, as regards the issue of criminality, let me say it here. Let me put, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, let me put it on record that any elements of criminality in this matter must be dealt with by agencies that deal with criminal issues. And as the Minister of Justice, in support from the Minister of Homeland Security, we are not going to take this matter lying down. I didn't want Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, to preempt by introducing a lot of the things which I've found in this, because I'm recommending that the committee should investigate. But let me assure the August House that my findings, coupled with the findings that will come from this Parliament, and if this Parliament agrees that there are criminal elements, those criminal elements will be dealt with decisively. Let me go to Deza Mulunduni. Deza Mulunduni raised two issues. The first one was the politics surrounding this matter. The second one was issues of finance to support the incoming inquiry. This one, I will defer to the Minister of Finance to deal with it, and that now we are going to have a debate on the budget. I encourage Deza Mulunduni to raise that matter when it comes to budget discussion, and move the Minister of Finance to include in the budget for this particular, to deal with this particular matter. However, when it comes to politicization of this matter, I said, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, in my report to the August House, that in the view of His Excellency the President, and in my view, this August House is a representative of all Malawians, irrespective of the political divide. It is my view and my belief that if we are going to depoliticize this matter, it must be dealt with by this Parliament. The moment we go into government side, the executive, instituting a commission of inquiry again, it will be taken to be political. But this House is the only House, that's my belief, that is neutral, representing all Malawians who have voted for this House to represent all Malawians. There is no doubt, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, that this matter, as the Honourable Member for Mulanje West has said, this matter is of national importance. It is therefore for that reason that we want to eliminate all political elements, and that this House, subject to what Deza Kasina has said in terms of declaration of interest, that those who have got direct interest in this matter should declare their interest if they are included in the matter. For example, if people made comments immediately after the accident, those people, if they are included in the committee, should declare what they said during the investigations and during the searches. And therefore, they should not be part of this particular committee. Coming to Lilongwe Mpenu, Lilongwe Mpenu was suggesting that referring this matter to be investigated by a committee of parliament would, in his words, be reducing the weight of the matter. In my view, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I disagree. By elevating this matter to parliamentary investigation, we are actually elevating the weight of this matter. That it is a matter of national importance. Therefore, I don't expect a member of this House to be the first to pronounce themselves that the work of a parliamentary committee would be relegated to the peripheral and to be reduced to an entity. It is therefore my view that by His Excellency's referral this matter to this House, His Excellency is actually elevating this matter to the weight of this particular august House. Let me go quickly. I know it came by way of point of order. There's a casino about the final report of the PFU. I said very quickly, very clearly, very clear in my statement that if you look at the interim report of the BFU, it was not conclusive because there were several matters which they were still investigating. However, when you go to the final report of the BFU, it writes, if you read that report, it writes and it draws conclusions from the Commission of Inquiry, which my finding has found that the integrity of the inquiry is wanting. With those remarks, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I do agree with Zomba City North to applaud His Excellency the President for his wisdom. He has truly demonstrated to Malawians that he is a true professor of law. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, honourable members. I want to recognize the leader, and then I'll suspend the House.
First Deputy Speaker, I think the matter that is being discussed is extremely important. I think issues of financing of a fresh inquiry came into light just to indicate that when it comes to matters of such importance, the state will always be ready to provide such resources. And therefore, we have no reason as a House to doubt whether such resources would indeed be made available. Beyond that, First Deputy Speaker, I also wanted to inform this House that at no point shall we undermine ourselves. Why am I saying this? This House is full of various professionals. They are in this House. We've got lawyers here, we've got accountants here, we've got engineers here, we've got all sorts of cadres. Doctors are here. We should not undermine ourselves. We've got the capacity in-house. When we'll be looking out, we'll only be looking for supplementary expertise to augment. Other than that, this House has got the capacity, has got the skills, competence within this House. And therefore, if it will please your office to constitute an ad hoc committee to deal with this matter, the bulk of resources are in-house. I submit, First Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much, Leader, for that guidance. Order, honourable members, order. Order, honourable members. I'd like to thank the House, through you, Leader, for the sober debate to the two questions that have come through. And this being a sensitive matter, I'd like to applaud government through the ministers for bringing the facts on the table, and I would like to thank His Excellency the President for following the Constitution in allowing this House to take over that responsibility. This House, we have received your request coming from the President, and we are capable, very capable, of doing such an investigation. We will be coming back. I will be coming back to the House when I confer with my Speaker, Right Honorable Gafar Suleiman, and I'll be making a ruling at a later stage. The Speaker will guide the House or make a ruling on the same according to what you have requested. But I would like to applaud you, and I would like to believe that those that authored the fake news have now heard from you, and they should be able to trust what you have said. Honour members, lunch looks to be ready at the cafeteria and all other places, including Area 13 Market, where we go for good lunch. I would therefore I didn't hear what you said. I would therefore adjourn the House for a lunch, suspend the House, sorry, for a lunch break, and the House resumes sitting at 2:37 p.m. House suspended.